Welcome to our end of the year episode. This is going to be our running through of every single thing I saw that we could possibly mention. We have 4 tier lists: movies, games, anime, and TV shows. Not in that order, but we're going to go through them one by one. And primarily, I just wanted to do a big post-mortem on this year because I am genuinely impressed with a lot of the stuff that came out this year. In all of those categories, there's been something that I'm like, this is good art. And I personally have been trying to consume more art. So I thought that this would be a really nice kind of way for us to just chill out, enjoy the end of the year, and go out on our thoughts on so much stuff we saw. So how you doing, Cameron?
I also ate a picture for breakfast. So I am consuming art as well. Delicious.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they have like latte art.
I think I had one bad joke to burn this year, and that was it.
If you say so.
That was it. That was the last one.
It was the only bad joke.
The only bad one.
Yes,
I didn't
exactly
get to come on here that much.
Okay, so here is our tier list. This is on mytierlist.com. It's not the prettiest tier list, but we have 40 movies to go through. So we're not going to go too long on each of them, but I thought it'd be interesting for us to just go through. So the first one is one that I don't think you saw, which is Chainsaw Man Reze Arc.
I saw a lot of clips of this, though. It looked good.
It's so good. And the thing that I thought was really funny about it is that the author of Chainsaw Man actually went and saw it. Of course he did. And then
I love the idea that you make a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Shown it, and then you're like, couldn't be bothered.
Why would I watch the adaptation? It was already perfect. Which I've been reading a lot of his stuff now. I've gone through Fire Punch. I've gone through part 1 of Chainsaw Man. And the way that he writes stuff is so good. You can just like flip through it and it feels like you're literally like editing your own movie. You're just going through like what feel like storyboards. Fire Punch definitely feels like that too. And he is such a weird guy. The major quotes that come to mind are: 1, he ate his dead goldfish because he couldn't bury it. He loved it so much. That's number 1.
That's metal.
Yeah. Number 2, he got into a class with a bunch of artists and he said, if I'm not better than them, in a couple of years, I'll kill them all. And
that's smart.
And he said,
you can't be the best, be the best.
Yes. And he even said, I never could kill anyone, so I just need to be better, which is like a wholesome way of saying that. But then the last one that's crazy, and it puts Chainsaw Man into perspective, is that he said that one day he was at school and a girl kicked him over on his bike and started laughing at him. And he said he wasn't upset. He was happy because he learned he was a masochist. Very out there guy, and it really shows in his art. And so he went and saw Chainsaw Man Reze Arc, and he said at the very end, he's just like, well, why did they have to write it to have such a downer ending? And so all the quotes are like, I don't know why the author wrote it like this, says the author. It's pretty funny. So I love him. I love his stuff. And you can go watch the Chainsaw Man Reze Arc episode that we did. But I just really enjoyed that movie so much for it being what I thought was like an elevated movie. It felt like a lot of the anime movies that I watch that are just an anime movie. Someone took an idea, put it into one piece of content, and there it is. But for this one, it is part of a show. But like the actual arc that happens is self-contained enough that you can just enjoy it. It was really good.
All right.
So
how's it going?
The last thing though I really wanted to say is that we found out through the internet sleuths that because this got so big, that the main character that shows up in this is called Reze. And her design is based off of an adult movie star. And people found the adult film that her outfit kind of comes out of. And the person in it is wearing a box around their neck that is locked, and there's a hanging like little lock, and it looks like Reze's like little pin that she has on her neck. So literally, like everybody's like, "Are you serious? Like this is the entire character model in an adult film," and it's like, what the heck? So it was all over the internet.
Fantastic.
So I just needed to mention that. It's crazy.
You heard it here first, kids.
Yes.
Go on the internet and look at pornography.
It'll inspire you. So I would say for me, I can't stop. Good content that I really like is stuff that I just can't stop thinking about. And it like works on so many different levels. This one definitely does. So I'm going to put it in S tier.
All right. I'm not going to argue with that.
Gotta do it. Okay. Maybe if my mouse
should have invested in the mouse.
There we go. Okay. Thank you. So next one is Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Did you see Infinity Castle?
I think I saw enough of it to know what happens, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. And we're gonna try to avoid spoilers.
I'm not the biggest Demon Slayer fan. Like, it is artistically cool. It's just one of those animes where it's like stuff is just kind of always happening all the time, and I'm like, I couldn't be bothered.
That's the thing that I find funny about like the juxtaposition between the Chainsaw Man movie and the Demon Slayer movie is the Demon Slayer movie does not work on its own. You can't just go into it as somebody that doesn't know Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
And I'd say that the first movie did, Mugen Train, like you could go into it and they kind of cover everybody's backstory. This is like meant to be near the end of the series. So it's like we're finishing up arcs, we're finishing up people's stories.
Yeah.
So the thing about it that I find a little weird is the fact that it did have some of the best composition I've seen in a long time. Incredible animation, but it took a long time. It's a long movie. And that's not a bad thing, but it just felt like the pacing was a little much because you're jumping from all of these different characters doing all of these different things that like, it doesn't feel like there's a cohesive, until the end, it doesn't feel like there's a cohesive thing that's happening where you can just kind of be like, here's the beginning, middle, and end. It's like, okay, here's one character. Now here's another character. Now here's another character. Okay, are we going to get another character after this? Yes, we do. And then we go back to the first character, and then we go to another. And so it's not a bad thing, but it did feel like a lot. And that's why, like, I'd still probably give it like an A. The animation is incredibly good, but I wouldn't say that it's a movie that I'd want to watch again just for itself.
I'm going to trust you with the A.
Okay, so I need to work my mouse magic. There we go. So the next one is The Smashing Machine. Did you watch or know anything about this?
I know a lot about it. I did not watch it. It just did not entice me.
This is why I wanted to do this video. Do you know about the Safdie brothers, right?
No.
So the movie Uncut Gems, that was made by the Safdie brothers, which is Benny and Josh Safdie. I think it's Josh. Now, they, a couple years ago, announced, hey, we're going to split up. Not unamicably, it's fine. We're good. We just both have creative differences. We're going to go make our own stuff. So
I get to keep what's it, Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the divorce.
Yes. And so both of them released a movie this year. The Smashing Machine was Benny Safdie's movie, and Marty Supreme was Josh Safdie's movie. And I'll tell you, it's very obvious which one has the juice and which one doesn't. And I wouldn't say that he doesn't have the juice, but like everybody that I've talked to that's seen The Smashing Machine is like, it was fine. But like the Safdies make like good stuff. And Marty Supreme is good
Here's
stuff.
what I'm going to tell you, though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you which one has the juice in terms of advertising, because I did not know about Marty Supreme until you told me about it. And I couldn't get away from all the stupid advertisements for The Smashing Machine.
It's hilarious to me because it was the exact opposite for me.
Really?
I heard nothing about The Smashing Machine until it was already out of theaters. And Marty Supreme, Timothée Chalamet was up on the big dome. He was the first person to stand on the top of the Las Vegas dome thing, and he did like a stunt where
it's not Mount Everest. You can just go up there.
No, but it was the publicity stunt. And additionally, you know who's in the movie?
Who?
Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful. And he plays it pretty good. He plays like a Shark Tank style character. And so I saw an interview with him on the Adam Friedland show, and it was really funny. And so those were ways that I was just like, okay, I've heard of Marty Supreme, but like, this can't be that good. And then the interview with him is really funny. And then the movie comes out and I'm like, okay, well, I got to go see it. And then I saw it, and like, this is the way I'll explain the difference between The Smashing Machine and Marty Supreme, is that the first opening credits sequence of Marty Supreme was more enjoyable than the entire Smashing Machine. And I'm not joking.
Damn.
I saw it with a friend and I turned to them and I'm just like, this is going to be good. Because The Smashing Machine, my main problem with it is that it had the Safdie brothers like sitting there in a tense moment and the camera just lingers. But on scenes that didn't really have much juice. The problem is that it is meant to be a documentary about this MMA fighter in the early days of MMA. And he's just a nice guy that's dealing with an opiate addiction. That's the whole premise. And that's basically the thing that I'm pretty sure Dwayne The Rock Johnson is like, I don't want to play like a mean person, so I'll be kind of nice. And he's like passive aggressive in a really fun way that like makes the movie enjoyable. But the Marty Supreme is like genuinely one of the best movies I've ever seen. And that might be hyperbole, but genuinely when I left the theater, I'm like, I want to watch that like 8 more times. It was so fun. Great movie. So that's why I got to put, we can do both of those movies right now, so we don't need to revisit it. But we're going to do the Smashing Machine probably at C tier, if I'm being honest. And then I put it down here because I wanted to talk about it more, but I think I've covered everything. We're going to put this all the way up for Marty Supreme in S tier.
Again, I'm trusting you.
Okay. So the next one that you have seen, which is The Running Man. What'd you think?
Solid. I'm just going to go ahead and say solid B tier. Because this is the constant problem I have with every time someone adapts anything that Stephen King does, which is completely a product of how well can the director ignore Stephen King's writing.
Sure.
The
Google
movie,
Google the controversial stuff in it, and you'll see why you need to avoid his
literally stuff. And also The Shining, and also like it's one of those things where it's like everything Edgar Wright did, every fun thing in the movie, everything that worked in the movie is actively like, yeah, I know Stephen King wrote something. I don't care.
Sure.
Because like everything about the pacing, everything about how like the third act happens and all this stuff is just like, it is a consequence of Stephen King's writing. It's a consequence of the world that The Running Man is set in and introduced and kind of those layers. And if Edgar Wright had like ignored more of it and put more of himself forward in the story, I think it would have been an A or S tier. But because he doesn't, you get like still a very fun and serviceable movie that you just keep seeing the better movie that it could have been.
That's what burned me about it, is I love Edgar Wright. One of my favorite directors. His style is so fun and good. And it just really disheartened me to see it and be like, where is his flair? Like this just feels like a parable about a world. It doesn't feel like the kind of worlds that he builds that are like, they feel like transcendent in a way that's like surreal, you know, but it didn't really feel like that. And it wasn't bad. It's just, I felt like the trailers really sold a completely different movie. So I think B tier is definitely fitting. Now, moving on to Weapons. Did you see Weapons?
No.
Oh,
I'm really
buddy.
mad because I have it. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And I like, it's like in my mind, I'm just like, it is S tier. I don't even need to watch it to know it's S tier, especially because Josh Brolin's in it. And he's just like, everything I've seen of him in it, I was like, I just need it. I just need to see it. I just haven't found the time.
He's been on a roll because he was in Running Man. He was in Weapons. He was in Wake Up Dead Man. Like, and he's good in all of them.
Yeah.
And in Weapons, you definitely have to see it. I'm not going to spoil anything. But the only reason I want to bring up Weapons is because, first of all, very good movie. And I really enjoyed it. And was surprised because a lot of people were saying like, oh, it's just like such a good movie. It was from the same person that did Barbarian, I think. And I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. But like once I started watching, I'm like, okay, I'm locked in. I love this kind of thing.
It's also the storytelling style where it's one of those like you just keep getting to the end and you just keep getting to the like, what is the reveal? And then they go back and they give you all this extra context and somehow you're still like you're learning the same thing over and over again, but somehow every time you learn it, it's just that much more enthralling.
That's a perfect way to put it, because you'll start with one character's perspective and then we move on to somebody else. It's really good.
Like, I know this movie. I just didn't see it. It drives me nuts.
Now, the main reason I wanted to bring it up, and I don't know if I mentioned Nobody 2 on this, is that me and a couple friends went to go see Nobody 2 at like a cinema bistro. And when we sat down, they went to come take our order for the food, and we're like, oh, this is going to be so nice. And they said, because the person has to probably turn so many tables, they were like, oh, what movie showing is this? And we're like, oh, it's Nobody 2. And they're like, oh, that's probably good. Everybody's been, and they were just like, everybody's been watching.
I'm gonna spit in your food.
Yes. They were like, oh, well, everybody's been watching Weapons, so I assumed you were seeing that. And I was like, Weapons is out? And they were just like, yeah. And I'm like, why did you come here to tell me to go see a better movie? What's wrong with you? And so Nobody 2 wasn't bad. It wasn't particularly good. I'd give that like a C. Yeah. But like, it was enjoyable enough at a cinema bistro, but the entire time I'm like, why am I not watching Weapons right now in like the adjoining theater?
Yeah, is Nobody 2 on this list?
I think it might be. But
let's get it. Let's get Weapons up there and then Nobody 2 down there.
Weapons, I'd put it between.
No. You bumped that up. Everyone agrees.
Yes. Okay.
I don't need to see it to know where it's supposed to go.
Weapons is an S. And let me see if, there's, do I have Nobody in here? Yeah, Nobody 2. You will get a D because that's wrong movie, dang it. Nobody 2, you get a D because by juxtaposition of being next to weapons, I was upset that I saw you. So the next one is Tron Ares. We have a whole episode on it, but what'd you think, Cameron?
I think it gets an A for Ares.
That's can't argue. Incredible soundtrack, very good visuals, and there was a plot.
Yeah, it was a serviceable plot. It went somewhere.
Yes.
A lot of questions, a lot of existential questions about how the thing works, but other than that, I actually enjoyed it. Tron Ares was really one of those movies where I was like, I guess I finally am at odds with the internet and have accepted that I just need to never look at the internet ever again when it comes to having opinions about stuff.
There was another movie that came out that reminded me that like so many of these movies are good in retrospect because like nobody sees them when they come out, then they get a cult following, and then everybody in 10 years will be clamoring for the next one. And like it was the same thing with Tron Legacy. There's a contingent that really loves it, and then a bunch of people that didn't, but it gets enough hype that they'll make another one, and then they made Tron Ares. It's the same thing.
It's just annoying having this visual record of us always being right, so that in a decade or two, when people are like, Tron Ares was actually art, The Phantom Menace was actually art, we can just be like, we never disagreed with that.
Be like, thank you for joining us.
This is pod racing.
Yes. So the next one is Wake Up Dead Man. I watched the ending of it with you, but I'd already seen it before. What'd you think?
I mean, it's another absolute out of the park banger, especially because I think every single time what's the name, Ryan Johnson does a movie, it always sails because of the main character.
Sure.
Like just Daniel Craig just happens to be the the through line of all these Knives Out movies, but every single movie, the main character, whether it was like the school teacher twin sister or the housekeeper, and this one, the like priest, they're so beautifully complex, and the way they react to the world and the way they're reacting to the world pays off into the mystery is so brilliant that it has to be S tier.
It's just so funny to me because it really feels very unique compared to like Poirot or Sherlock Holmes, where you're just watching like the actual storytelling is just a little bit of like a twist on the entire formula, where there is a mystery. It could kind of be told in a simple way, but then it gets just elevated by like one wrench, like monkey wrench thrown into the works that completely flips a lot of it on its head. And I am just so... I'm pretty sure Daniel Craig has said, he's like, if I just make these for the rest of my life, I'm good. And I want that. I really want to see...
Because he just got like such a fun, frantic energy. Because like all his character is supposed to do, his character doesn't actually solve the mysteries. That's the best part of it. His character is basically Ryan Johnson's narrator insert, who shows up to explain to the audience what actually happened. Because almost every single time the person, the like victim or the person who's like dealing with the murder, knows what happened.
And this movie in particular was the first one where I genuinely was like, I think I know the ending. And I wouldn't say I solved it, but like there were enough clues that I'm like, this is probably what happened. And then there was a little bit of flair on that, but I was just like, this is great. And I personally think this is the best of the Knives Out movies. Yeah, definitely.
Solid S tier.
Definitely.
Also, Josh Brolin, absolutely, for a guy who's doing what he's doing in the movie without spoiling anything, he's absolutely he is the like chaos that helps make the movie work.
Yeah. And I would rewatch the ending again. Like I rewatched it with you, and after rewatching it, I'm like, oh, but there's so much good character stuff that like just having the plot explained to you doesn't get across. That like there's so much good character stuff. So yes, moving on. So the next one is One Battle After Another. I know we both saw this. What'd you think?
This one, I'm conflicted because on the one hand, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic, but there were like obvious, like there was like a lot of stuff in the beginning I did not care for, just because they were needed to do it to set up the story. And also like, this was like an adaptation of a different story, and they like really just like used the world of that story to build this one. But it didn't like, in my mind, it doesn't have a lot of rewatch value. And yet the storytelling is so well executed and all the story beats are so perfectly paid off that like it is exceptional storytelling. I just don't feel like it's S tier.
I think Paul Thomas Anderson is so good at writing villains. Like his villains are so fun to watch. or just any character that has like a blatant flaw with them. So like in Phantom Thread, the the seamstress guy, that's the main character. In The Master, the entire thing that's happening with Philip Seymour Hoffman, There Will Be Blood. All of those, incredibly good. And in this one, Sean Penn was so fun to watch.
Nuts. It was so good.
And I don't even think he was really in the trailers too much, so I don't want to give anything away. But like the world they build is so fun that as it keeps evolving, it's just enjoyable. But it really felt like a Paul Thomas Anderson movie where you just need to like sit down, you're along for the ride, and some fun, surreal kind of stuff happens, but it feels cool. And yeah, I'd give it like an A. The thing is, everybody kept saying that this is like movie of the year contender. I wouldn't say that it's not like incredibly good, but a lot of people were really upset with the beginning. They're like, the beginning was so bombastic and fun and like cool, and then it kind of slows down. And I'm like, yeah, it turns into a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Yeah. So I enjoyed it for the ability that it was just like, it kind of did what I thought it would, and then elevated itself a little bit, but still not. I wouldn't give it an S tier, but I would go back and rewatch all of Sean Penn's stuff. This is really fun.
Definitely solid A tier.
Yes, definitely. So the next one, I was curious if you had seen it, and this is only on the tier list because I knew a little bit about it. But did you see the movie Him?
Nah, I even tried to carve out time for it, and stuff just kept coming up.
So my problem with the movie Him, and this will go into the tier of Keon wanting to talk about it, is the fact that it was advertised as a Jordan Peele movie. And it was part of his, people kept saying it was part of his Pronouns, series. But it wasn't, because it actually wasn't made by him. It was produced by him, which sucks to like do that to an audience, because apparently it wasn't bad. It was just a very different movie than the kind of stuff that he makes.
Like it wasn't a Nope and it wasn't an Us.
Exactly. But it was surreal in ways, and it was meant to say something. But apparently, like, there's some stuff. I don't really know too much about it, and I don't want to spoil anything. But it just was disheartening to see, like, how much that the trailers and the promise of something would have taken an otherwise, like, decent movie and then, like, reduced it because everybody's like, well, that's not what I paid.
Yeah, you're getting bait and switched on the promise of a Nope.
Exactly. So this will go into the Keon wanted to talk about it tier. There we go. So the next movie that I want to talk about, and I only want to talk about it because I have one factoid, but I'm curious if you have anything to say about it, is The Long Walk, another Stephen King adaptation.
So this is a weird case of like, I know a lot about this movie.
Really?
But I did not see it.
Yeah,
this is because I like, there was like a long stretch. This falls under the same category of The Running Man in that there was like a long stretch of like, I watch a lot of, I guess you could call them booktubers, where they're like love being like, which is better, the book or the movie? And they were like really dissecting it, and all the parts of the movie I saw were good, but this is where I feel like I don't have the justification to give it a tier list choice, because this is another case of like Stephen King kind of sucks. He just kind of sucks in terms of his pacing and everything, but this is a movie that was completely carried on its actors, especially Mark Hamill as like the piece of shit. Like, I don't know. Do you know what I
don't know anything about this. So that I didn't even know Mark Hamill was in it.
The movie is like, this is very much like The Running Man, some dystopic world where a bunch of kids basically wind up doing the long walk, and the last one still walking gets something equivalent to like a wish granted.
Oh, I thought it was like there's a finish line, and whoever crosses it, it's just last man standing. Everybody else will die.
Yeah, so there's like this beautiful like tragic component where it's like all these kids have aspirations, and literally none of them except for one are going to get it. And every time one of them stops walking, they just get blammed.
Wow.
And the whole time Mark Hamill is just in a truck yelling at them.
I gotta watch
and
this.
It's just, it is entirely vibes and acting charisma carrying this movie. But at the same time, it is a movie that only works when you ignore Stephen King's writing. So I think it does a better, from what I've heard, like as someone who did not watch the full movie end to end, like did not watch it sitting down, but has watched enough clips of it to be like that. Like I see why everyone liked it. I've understood it did better than Running Man in terms of like being a good movie.
Yeah, and it at least got more hype, I think, that like people wanted to see it, because the couple things that I heard were, first, there was a showing of it where they had everybody, you'd have to stand on a treadmill and walk
That's
at the
awesome.
speed.
That is the best thing I've ever heard
And if
in
you
my
walk
whole
too
life.
slow, they would kick you out of the movie.
That's the best thing I've ever
that
heard.
awesome?
I would definitely do that.
And the funny thing is, in the book, the walking speed is 4 miles per hour, and in the movie, it's 3 miles per hour. And everybody's joked that, like, yeah, America isn't that healthy anymore.
Yeah.
They can do that.
4 miles per hour is not slow, though. That's
No, I
like
know,
a very light jog.
That's what I mean, yeah. And it makes far more sense for a movie that, like, not everybody's going to be jogging the whole time. And additionally, like, I think that for the audience that's supposed to be watching it, you know, and walking, it makes more sense for 3 miles per hour.
Like 3 miles an hour is like a jaunty stroll.
Yeah. And the other thing that I heard that's kind of interesting is that apparently on the set, they filmed it chronologically. So as people were being picked off while the filmmaking was happening, they would tell the actor, like, go home, you're done. And so apparently a lot of the actors that had made that camaraderie were just like, oh, my friend's gone. And like it actually, you can feel it, which is really interesting. I'm trying to think, I feel like there was one more interesting thing about the movie, but overall, I really do want to see it. And I do love that kind of filmmaking where it is a simple premise. You are just in this place,
Yeah.
they're on a road, and it's about the actors, and they're going to act their hearts out, and you don't need too much else besides kind of like a bottle episode kind of feeling. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And this is I would put it in the category of I Cameron would love to put an A tier, but having not enough context to do that would say put it in didn't see.
I'm going to put it in that. Why not?
Right.
This is our tier list. We can do whatever.
Oh, fine.
Did you see Until Dawn, or do you know about this at all?
No.
I feel really bad about
Oh wait,
this.
this is like one of those Groundhog Day-esque things where like something new kills them every time.
This one's sad because the guy that made he's Pony Smasher on YouTube, but he made the Annabelle series, and then he made the Shazam movies. He's a really fun director. I like a lot of his stuff, and this was his newest movie, and it just makes me feel bad because I feel like it was set up to fail. I like a lot of his like the way that he presents stuff and the way that he like explains it on YouTube. But the problem is this is based on the series of video games called Until Dawn. And the fun part about that series is it's a choose your own adventure acted out by like Hollywood actors, and it feels like a choose your own adventure movie. And you can replay it and try different strategies and make sure that everybody, it's a slasher thing, so you can try to make sure everybody survives or like what decisions you make. And to try to adapt that into a movie is like, what do you do?
Yeah.
And apparently Sony really wanted it, so he got to direct it. And apparently, like you said, it's a very Groundhog's Day thing, which is not how the games are at all. So it's very like, we wanted to make a movie that had this name. And I just feel bad because I really like the director, and I feel like that's a blemish on his filmography when it's just, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I did just want to talk about it for that reason. So,
oof.
Yeah, that'll go in the oof category. Now, Sisu 2. Have we watched Sisu? Did we watch that
Sisu.
together?
It sucked. I have opinions.
I enjoyed Sisu a lot.
It's like one of these things where it's like I can only care so much about a Finnish man killing Nazis.
Yeah, the way that it's been explained is like kind of the original idea of John Wick, which is an older man who's seen a gajillion horrible things and come out on top. And the original John Wick was supposed to have like a very old man, you know, coming back. But they're like, Keanu Reeves is too good. So this is like that, like the first Sisu movie. And it's gory in a really splat stick kind of way that's very fun because the dude is just stone-faced the whole time while like people are exploding into bags of blood. And then they came out with another one. And I like that they didn't call it Sisu 2. They just called it Sisu Road to Revenge or something because, and I didn't see it, I wanted to, but everybody that saw it was kind of just like, oh, this is cool. And they didn't know there was an original because it's like, in my opinion, the first movie was like a small thing they wanted to make and it did well. So they're like, well, let's make another one with an actual budget. And so this is like the actual budget one.
It's like they made Riddick Pitch Black and they're like, the Chronicles of Riddick. Wait, there were other ones?
Exactly. So I just wanted to talk about it. I didn't see it, but I thought it was a cool thing to mention. Now, did you see War of the Worlds? Have you seen every single YouTuber talk about it?
I feel like the best way to watch War of the Worlds is only through YouTube videos since it is itself a YouTube video.
I was so pumped that on Halloween, I watched it with a bunch of friends at a Halloween party. And it was so funny. We had such a good
sounds
time.
So it's one of those like, how are you not self-aware enough to know that your own message falls flat just because of the medium?
Yeah. My favorite character is Sarah NASA. That's like on her like Teams call when she shows up, it just says Sarah NASA. She doesn't have a last name. She's just from NASA. Even though they send her into the field, it's the movie makes no sense, but it is the kind of thing that you can sit there with friends and just laugh about because it is just filmed in front of like a camera during COVID and just uses stock footage. And the worst part about it is that during all of the like crazy bombast with like, oh my gosh, the world's on fire, they used actual tragic footage from like tragedies in the world. And it's really tasteless. They just put a CGI thing in it. So the movie is so ridiculous. And I feel like it's one of those things that like maybe people weren't going to talk about it. And then it came out and Amazon was just like, maybe if we make it a lampoon silly, you know, guilty pleasure, people are going to want to get it on Prime Video. And I think that's what happened. So go watch any of the million YouTubers that have talked about it. But it's definitely not worth it if you need to buy it on Prime Video.
Do not spend any of your life watching the actual movie, though.
Yeah, so that's getting a D tier. So F1 I did not see, but I wanted to talk about.
No, I saw it. It was fucking peak.
You saw it?
It's so peak.
Oh, it was good?
It was peak.
Tell me everything.
It is. I don't know, man. It's just. It's good.
Okay.
I don't know. There's like there's something about racing movies that I absolutely adore them, where they're just like this one, Ford versus Ferrari.
That's a great movie.
Like there's just something about them where it's just like a down on his luck dude, and he's just trying to be the guy, and there's usually some hotshot kid, and the stakes are always like the stakes are always just like they're trying to not even like win, they're just trying to survive, and somehow they wind up winning. And it's also like kind of this thing where it's like, if you watch F1 or Formula E or any of these things that aren't NASCAR, you kind of get the drama, but there's just something like extra that the movie captures that you just don't get. It was really good, in my opinion. I'd say solid A tier.
The thing that I've heard is that this is the highest grossing Brad Pitt movie of all time.
I did not know that.
Which blows my mind because he's been in some great stuff. But also, the director of the movie happens to be my favorite guy that directed Tron Legacy. And he directed Top Gun Maverick. And then he directed this. So he's on a roll and he's doing really well. And I'm very glad to see that for him. But also, the only reason why I really know much about this is from the soundtrack. I don't know why, but I listened to the soundtrack online and it's like, really good. So I need to actually give the movie a
the
chance.
movie absolutely slaps.
Yes. So you're saying A tier?
A tier.
Hell yeah. Okay, now for a palate cleanser for Cameron, because I've been talking about a lot of movies I saw, but I know Cameron saw Predator Badlands. So what you thinking?
This makes me want to bump F1 into S tier.
Yeah.
Predator Badlands was really good. It was really good. Especially because I am a huge I like Predator. And this was like because this has been the year of like Alien and this has been the year of Alien and Predator get to like shine.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna talk about Alien Earth later in the shows.
List, yeah.
And then Predator Badlands as a movie was like good story, good payoff. They had this like the Predators are like not a monolith. They have these different factions and stuff. And then the movie itself is like very well executed, and they have like these little beats that are like set up well and executed well, and just it was very good. It's a solid A tier movie. It's very rewatchable too, because I just love any movie where it's just a dude surviving against nature and then eventually turning nature and becoming one with nature to overcome like some other obstacle. Also, Elle Fanning, fantastic. It's like that's the funny thing is like she's like for the movie she's either a very like she's supposed to be like this annoying bubbly android that's been cut in half and is like
very Weyland-Yutani.
Yeah, except she never gets that annoying. That's like somehow they managed to like thread this needle perfectly. So like he's always hanging out with her and she's fine, pleasant.
Sure.
And then the other half the time, she has like a counterpart that is also played by her, and she's just the thickest, nastiest baddie with a big sword running around doing nasty things. It's like, can't get mad at Elle Fanning.
I'm very proud of proud in the way of like, I'm very glad of what they're doing for the Alien and Predator series. Less the Alien series, but more the Predator series, because almost every Predator product you can watch on its own. You don't need extensive lore, or if you do, they talk about it in the movie, but it's about just this cool group of alien warriors. And so both this, I think it was like Killers of Killers.
Yeah, Killer of Killers, this, and then Prey.
Yes.
Are all solid, modern. They're all extremely highly rated. They're the highest rated Predator things next to the original Predator.
Yeah.
And they all stand on their own.
Yeah, and they're all like recent great
Yeah.
stuff.
Actually, is Predator of Predator or Killer of Killers here?
And no, it's not. I don't think I have it on here.
I mean, I would put that in a solid S tier for animation.
Really? It's really good?
It's
I
solid.
should watch it. But the main thing that I wanted to talk about with this is the fact that Elle Fanning went viral for her work on Death Stranding, because she just has her bare feet out and she's doing this crazy scene. And everybody's like, Kojima, what are you doing? What's all this feet stuff? And so in Predator Badlands, she's just a torso up, so no feet. So all of her feet got used on Death Stranding, and they saved it in this.
But it's funnier because everyone's like, Elle Fanning has a dump truck booty. Why did you cut, like, so for half the movie, they're like, why did you take this from us? That's literally like half the shots are like her on the red carpet, and they're just like, never forget what they took from us.
That's pretty good. So
yes. Predator Badlands, solid A tier.
Let's do A tier. This next movie, I was surprised by. Did you see Eddington? This is the movie Pedro Pascal and Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, I wanted to see this. I heard this was like the politics movie,
It
the like
is.
COVID anti-vaxxer movie.
So it's made by Ari Aster. And the thing that I like about Ari Aster is that he has a way of making a scene just so surreally horrible. It just makes you like, I don't want to be here. I want to leave. Like, no matter what you're watching, you're like, ugh, I just want to, I don't know what it is, but this just grosses me out. I want to get out of here. And so Midsommar is a great example. I haven't seen Hereditary. I need to. I think that's him. Now, this movie I love for the fact that it just takes a bunch of annoying headlines, turns those into people, like their whole characteristics, and then puts them into a town. And that's it. It's just like you said, instead of there is an element of it where it feels like it's taking a political stance on one side of the aisle or the other, but it ascribes all of these headlines and all of these thoughts that were going through people's heads in 2020 to a character, and they make them say it the most obnoxious way ever. And it just makes me feel like, oh, I don't want to be here. I hate this. I hate all these people. They're so annoying. Every single person is just ridiculous. And in a way that it's not like all those other movies where it's like in a surreal, fantastical way. It's in a way of like, I know all this. I was there. I don't want to relive it in this movie. And it does a really good job.
It's an artifact for future people.
Yes. And then there was a moment where like things kind of change a bit and it becomes like a very interesting separate thing. So it is kind of like the beginning is just like stuff you already know, and then it does something different. But it is very surprising. I thought that I was going to go into it being like, well, nobody's really talked about this movie, even though it's Ari Aster. And then it genuinely was pretty good. So I don't know if I'd give it S tier, but like I really enjoyed it. So I'll probably
felt like an A tier movie to me.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it, so I'll let you decide.
It got like no fanfare, so yeah, I'll give it that. Moving on to Mickey 17. Did you watch Mickey 17?
I love this
Bong
movie.
Joon-ho's new movie, and
So
it got
good.
Well, it got very little fanfare.
I have no clue why. I thought it was extremely well done. I thought it was extremely fun. I thought it was like it achieved the commentary it wanted to do. There were like storytelling components I could see them doing a better job with, but on the whole, for like the setup, the payoff, the stakes, the actual like weird bombasticness of the world, excellent. And also Robert Pattinson
or Pattinson. Anyway,
whatever, destroys in this movie. He's playing multiple versions of himself, and every single one of them is so distinct. Like when he's on screen, you know which one he is.
Awesome. I like that.
So I think this is a solid A tier.
I only watched half of it and I felt bad about it because like I meant to keep watching and finish it, but there is enough in there that you're just like, oh, this is a Bong Joon-ho style like world where like it is brutal and rough, and it like he fills that out really well. And a lot of the actors are like, they're putting it on. They're like really fun.
I don't know how he does this, where he makes a world that feels so brutal and defeatist, and yet he somehow still finds a way to make characters feel hopeful. Although this is probably the most hopeful any of his worlds have felt.
Yeah, definitely. Because my God, Parasite was not like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do it. So you said A tier?
I'll put it in A tier.
Hell yeah.
I'm being very generous to these movies. I gotta start being meaner.
Yeah, right. Well, the next one, I don't know if you saw. Do you see Novocaine? This is the one with whatever Quaid, Jack Quaid.
This one just felt like a C tier movie. It's like we just wanted John Wick, but with a different actor, and also no, it was just Kick-Ass with a different actor.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Because it's literally just like, I can't feel pain. Yeah. Having the inability to feel pain is a superpower and not a serious medical condition that people should take seriously.
You hit the nail on the head. That was the one thing that I thought was really silly about it, is that it's one thing to take a medical condition and put it into a movie and make it interesting. It's another thing to like valorize it in a weird way, but also like they do a poor job of representing it. And I only know this because I saw a couple clips of like, dude, apparently people with this affliction that can't feel pain, they're not supposed to eat like solid foods because they could bite their tongue off because they wouldn't know. And like literally like this manic pixie dream girl he's talking to is like, take a bite of this burger. And he's like, no, I'll die. And then she's just like, do it. And then he takes a bite and he's like, that was so good. And I'm like, are we really right now? And so they use that as an opportunity to be like, he's getting over his disease, when it's like, yeah, it's not like
you don't get over it.
It's like not a confidence thing.
You don't regrow the ability to feel pain and stuff.
Yeah. So that's the only reason I wanted to bring it up, is it just felt really weird as a premise, but apparently like the action in it, everything around it's fun, but it is not like, like
the way Kick-Ass did it was way more tasteful, because it was a guy who suddenly had this problem, and it was
just nerve endings got like blown out.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
So yes. So let's do Keon want to talk about it, but at the same time, I mean, whatever. So here we go with Sinners. What do we think of Sinners?
That definitely gets an S for Sinners, man. Am I kidding? Just some really good movies this year. There's the music alone was amazing. The music, God. The filmography.
I listened to Rocky Road of Dublin like a bunch now.
Every single part of that movie, from the moment the first shot happens, you are locked in. I always think about that one scene where what was it, Smoker Stack? I don't remember which brother it is. Like he's like asking the girl to like watch the truck, and she's like, I'll pay you. And she's like, oh man, that's so much money. You're like, well, no, you can't just take that. You got to negotiate. You have to ask for more money. Like, so awesome. Like he's like, cause like this just like a great example. Like they just do such small things throughout the beginning of the movie to endear you to all these characters, knowing they're going to kill everyone.
It's so good. And like, I really wish, and I've mentioned in another episode, that I really do wish I didn't know that it had the supernatural element it does have, because that would have made it so cool when it happens. But outside of that, yeah, it is so
that was the funniest thing, is I saw it in a movie theater with my friend, and then like the scene where like all this stuff is happening, and then all of a sudden we cut to like a random farmhouse, and like the vampire appears, like, oh yeah, they're vampires. Exactly. I had completely forgotten. I was enthralled by the Jim Crow South.
Yes, and it's so good. And the theming, it's really interesting, because all the people that I know that watched the movie and were like, yeah, it was fine, didn't like grapple as much with like the themes that are going on, but once you like dig into that, it is S tier.
Yeah, so like it is, and that's the other thing. Like it knows what it is. It doesn't do like this excuse of like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, where it's like vampires and the Confederacy, and it's like vampires were the bad guys. Like no, it was like these people are evil and there are vampires. The vampires in a way are tragic, because the fact that it's an Irish vampire, an Irish person who was at that time, Ireland is being subjugated by the British, making him a perfect parallel for all the black people who are actively surviving a similar kind of oppression under white people, even though they're supposed to be in the Reconstruction era or in whatever, I don't remember the specific year it is, but like that, like that's the thing, is like it does not shy away from what it's trying to do, and it finds beautiful parallels to further enhance the points.
Yeah, and a big thing we've talked about on this channel before is like taking a supernatural type of creature and ascribing a type of like like societal norm onto it is so good. So yes, great movie.
Yeah, solid
Loved
S.
it.
Solid
Definitely S. Gonna see this in the Oscar contenders, I think. Moving on.
Also, 2 Michael B. Jordans.
Yeah. What's not to love?
Yeah.
I genuinely think, and this is the joke that I made when it came out, was that I think Ryan Coogler was just like, I got to get my man to hook up with 2 women in my movie. So it's very good. The next one, Bring Her Back. I only want to talk about this for a small reason, but do you know anything about this movie?
Not in the slightest, other than I think it's a horror movie.
It is a horror movie by the guys that made Talk to Me.
But Talk to Me is really good.
I know. And so I really wanted to say that. I didn't see it, but I hear it's better. And I loved Talk to Me.
Yeah, Talk to Me was really good.
Yes. So YouTubers still killing it, making great stuff. This is by the Raka Raka guys. And apparently the movie is worth the hype. So I really want to see that.
All right. Put it in the didn't watch it. Wanted to talk about it.
Too long, didn't read. Now for Thunderbolts.
Oh, finally, I get to give you me about something.
Yeah.
B or C. Like this
It
is
was fine, right? Like
yeah,
it wasn't
it was
amazing. But
serviceable, watchable, fun. Not like your favorite movie. Really, like the thing that I liked about it was like compared to like most Marvel outings, it like very much took its premise seriously of like, you're not solving this by punching it, you're solving this by treating this very strange emotional burden seriously.
Yes, exactly. It had like its own twist on, you know, the Marvel formula, but I feel like Marvel's getting stale. Like that's
yeah.
Well, it already was stale.
I mean, that's the annoying thing is like that's why this one was. I put it in B.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fair. It's just I'm kind of over the whole universe.
Knowing the other Marvel movies that are going to come up, I'm putting it in B.
Okay, here we go. Cool. So the next one, which I don't have very much to talk about, is Final Destination Bloodlines. There's only one thing I want to mention. Did you see it at all?
It's the Ouroboros.
Oh, it's eating its tail?
Yeah, because like you literally have a scene in it where like a woman is like watching, she like normally in Final Destination movies, you are watching like the like little Ruth Goldberg machine of things happening. But then she in the movie is watching it and then like she like kicks out the like thing is like, nice try, death. I was like, okay, at that point, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's like Scream, where it's like definitely outlived its premise.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was fun once, but like now we've gotten so full circle. And also the movie itself, the problem with all the Final Destinations is like they make up a rule for the movie and then in the same movie ignore the rule.
Yeah, I don't love that. The only reason I want to bring it up is because there's one kill in it that I saw. So I follow a bunch of behind the scenes like social media accounts, and there's one kill in it where a person's like an MRI machine and like so good. The behind the scenes, I'm like, this is awesome. And it's done very easily and practically. And so I was just like, okay, this is rad. And then I saw the scene and I was like, and that's the only thing I've seen out of it. It was just like, okay, that's fun. And that's the only reason why these movies are fun, are like crazy kills.
No. I think the most upsetting one to me was the I guess you call it the garbage can kill.
I didn't see it.
Like she gets pushed in a garbage can, and then like one of those garbage can, like you know, how they have the
my
arms to
God,
put the thing.
that's awesome.
And then
I
like for some reason the truck is made of the most powerful stuff ever and smooshes her.
Love it.
And then at the very end, there's like it's fucking slapstick comedy. Yeah. I swear, there's like a train derailment, and like these guys are like, "Well, we survived."
Okay, I love that. That's fun.
It's so dumb.
So yes. So I just wanted to talk for those.
I think he gets D for destination.
For destination.
Yep. There. You got it. Saved it.
Next movie, which I did not see, but I know you saw, which was Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning.
This one. This is a problem. This is a movie that is, if you're a longtime fan of the series, S tier. Okay. So it was so like, so good. But then you remember Rebecca Ferguson.
Oh,
I love Rebecca Ferguson. Damn. They replaced her with Haley Atwell.
She plays Carter.
Yeah. Solid downgrade. I will say that unapologetically. Rebecca Ferguson is a tour de force. Love her so much. And solid downgrade. The second is, as its own movie, if you like just walked into this movie, you'd be like, what the hell is going on? I don't
really.
Yeah, because there's like there are payoffs to the original Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie.
What the hell?
Yeah, there are wild payoffs. So it's like, as a movie, this is maybe A or B tier, But as a Mission Impossible movie, solid S tier.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, damn, I need to watch the damn
So
thing.
I actually hate to say this, but I think like it depends on how you want to categorize it. If you're saying Cameron, where do you think it should go? S tier. If you're saying Cameron as a movie, where should it go? B tier.
S tier all the way. We did it.
It's kind of like the Spider-Man No Way Home, where it's like,
Sure, yeah.
Like as a Spider-Man fan who watched the 3 actors who are apparently in this, S tier. As a person walking into the movie theater, C?
Yeah, why is everyone clapping so much?
Andrew Garfield supposed to be?
Yeah. The next one I just wanted to mention because I don't know if you saw was the Phoenician Scheme. It was the new Wes Anderson.
Yeah,
Did you see it?
It was good.
I didn't see it.
It was good.
Oh, good.
It was pretty good.
Well, I love Benicio del Toro.
It was very fun.
And his stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to think that I might not be the best judge because I won't put this S tier, but I'm actually going to put an A tier.
See, that's the thing that I find so interesting about Wes Anderson's new movies is that if you like Wes Anderson, awesome. But for some people, like, even if they do like Wes Anderson, they're just like, well, it's not as good as his other stuff. I'm like, all of his stuff is good. But sorry, were you?
No, I mean, that's the thing is like for me, the standout Wes Anderson movies are Fantastic Mr. Fox and The Grand Budapest Hotel. Those two are,
fair.
I could watch them on repeat without ever complaining, especially in Fantastic Mr. Fox. This one, very solid, very fun movie, very well done. Also, in the same way that The Running Man is carried by Michael Cera's performance, this movie is carried by Michael Cera's performance.
Hell yeah.
Astonishing in it. But there are just like certain pacing components that like it just feels like I can't believe we're back to this. Like it's fun. Like it's that's the thing is like Wes Anderson pacing component problems are not real problems. It's like complaining that my car could be more perfect.
Okay, fair.
So that's why it feels like A tier.
And that's what a lot of people said with The French Dispatch. And I love that movie.
Yeah, The French Dispatch was great because it was like not trying to be one big story, but like a beautiful menagerie of small stories that are trying to build up to a big point.
So I'm going to trust you. I think we're doing S.
Yeah, A tier.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying A tier.
There we go. Okay, A tier it is.
Because unfortunately, I've decided only 2 have earned S tier.
Yeah. And so the next one is The Materialists. Did you see it? Do you know anything about this movie? No?
I heard it is exhausting.
It is. It is the antithesis to a rom-com. There was like a rom-com kind of formula that was happening in the 2010s, I think, where people would like, you know, be a character and they're kind of a misanthrope and they would meet another misanthrope.
It's literally Seinfeld, but with a bunch of millennials.
Yeah, where they would just jump in and be like, I'm actually emotionally damaged. Oh my God, I'm emotionally scarred. We should get to like stuff like that where they're just saying stuff that's just like nobody speaks like this.
There's a dude on TikTok who literally makes this exact sketch where it's like Seinfeld, but for millennials. And it's like the guy at the gym where he like glances at the pretty girl who's videotaping herself and doesn't realize that he got caught on camera.
Oh
like,
my God.
It's literally just The Materialist, but in 30-second bits.
That's pretty funny. The Materialist is very, like, it was written for like a book where like everybody's just saying these things that like might not be untrue about current dating, but are like very brutal. And it's just kind of funny to me how much it's just depressing. Like you said, it is exhausting. It's not a rom-com. It doesn't make you feel good about relationships. It doesn't make you feel good about the current state of dating. The main character is a matchmaker, and she's just talking about how everybody has these unrealistic expectations. And I'm like, cool, thanks. It feels great. So that's the thing about the movie that it just was so disheartening is that like I watched the first half of it and was like, oh my God, this is a lot. And then I finally finished it and was like, oh, that's it? This all sucked. I don't feel good about anything anymore. So like even the resolution for the characters is just like, I'll leave it at that. If you want to watch it, watch it. It's kind of cool for all of that like millennial misanthropic stuff. But outside of that, it's like, yeesh. So I'd give it probably a C. It wasn't horrible. I didn't hate watching it, but it was rough. Next one, which we made a whole episode on, is Superman.
Absolute banger.
S for Superman.
We're back. We're so back, baby. Oh my God, we're so back. I don't even need to talk about this one. Let's just put it on.
Let's keep going.
Yeah,
it's great. Definitely a huge surprise.
I don't need to explain myself.
Yes. Another movie we don't really need to talk about is Happy Gilmore 2. Did you? I've only seen clips.
I didn't even know it came out.
It's just sad because it is exactly that. Adam Sandler being like, I want money, so we're going to make a film. And it apparently is the most legacy sequel of any legacy sequel where it's about everybody. Every character in the first movie comes back and their kids. And so it's like every character has a kid. So if we want to make another sequel, it can just be about their kids. It's depressing. I'm over it. That's getting a D. Get out of here. Now, for something completely different, but not really, is Fantastic Four. What did you think? Have we talked about this on the channel?
I don't think so. So for me,
yeah,
I thought very competent, very fun, much more heart than Thunderbolts.
Sure.
But this is the thing. I'm a dad.
It's about family.
I'm a dad. Like literally, like I like they put the little baby in there. And like, oh no, that's not fair. Put the little baby in there. That's not fair. That's disrespectful.
This is the line between us. Mm-hmm. I don't have a kid. I know my nephew. He's adorable. Love him very much. The entire time in the movie, I'm just like, who cares about this baby? I don't give a crap. So it's
human children, disgusting.
But it was interesting for the fact that like the movie does like wrestle with that moral quandary, and that's all I've seen online is people with kids are like, there's no question, I wouldn't anything. And then everybody that doesn't have kids is just like, what?
No, that's the beauty of it. Is it's like it takes it very seriously. It's like it's not like I would never sacrifice my child for the world. Mm-hmm. It's like no, like they're like she understands the cost of her actions, and they also kind of understand that there's more to this kid than they think there is.
Sure.
But at the same time, she's saying like, no, we are heroes. There is no sacrificing anyone for any reason. It's not that I'm not going to sacrifice my kid and sacrifice the world. It's like I'm not sacrificing anyone. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the best part is that they said it not on our world, not in our Marvel Cinematic Universe or anything, so that you can feel detached from that nihilism of like the Thunderbolts or Captain America or whatever. And like, so for all those reasons, I thought it was A tier. I thought it really landed the things it wanted and made me root for the characters and feel good, and it did pull off a Fantastic Four film.
I think that's fair. This is the best Fantastic Four movie that's been made, and the vibes of it are immaculate. Mm-hmm. Loved it.
The acting is immaculate. Man is a rock, and he's one of my favorite characters.
And he's better than The Rock.
Yeah.
It's great. So yeah, I think A is fair. I'd probably err closer to B, but I think it's the
That's the thing is because I put Thunderbolts in B, I have to put this in A. Otherwise, it would be B.
Now, did you see the new Naked Gun movie?
No. I did want to see it. It seems exactly like what you would think it would be, which is just like trying to bring back goofs in an era where studios don't want to pay for goofs anymore.
It's really funny to me because it does have that feeling of the first Naked Gun movies, but it doesn't. It also has the feeling of 1,000 Ways to Die in the West, where it's like, I get these are supposed to be jokes, but they're not that funny. So the only thing that I think elevates it beyond 1,000 Ways to Die in the West, which I did not like, was that it does still have the joke structure of like Airplane or Naked Gun or any of those really good Leslie Nielsen movies. That like the way that they do the jokes are funny enough that they're sight gags and that they don't need to make physical sense. And so that it's just jarring and fun. Like one scene that's really stupid is that like a car is like someone died in a car crash and it's like in the water and they're like, what happened here and all that kind of stuff. And then they're just like, okay, well, let's get this back to evidence. And then like a giant claw machine comes down and all of the police are sitting there watching a guy try to grab the car and move it. And it's just like that kind of sight gag. If you thought that was funny, the whole movie's going to be funny. If you thought that was grating, the whole movie's going to be grating. And that's about it. So I'll give it a B. I didn't hate it, but it was not worth
I'm trusting
watching again.
The only thing that made me remotely interested was the fact that Pamela Anderson was in it, and people don't know that she's a good actress.
Love her. My God. Now, do you know anything about Shelby Oaks? The movie Shelby Oaks.
I have not even heard those two words next to each other.
So I only know this movie because it is made by a YouTuber. This is a YouTube critic. He does a bunch of movie criticism, and he made a horror movie that was released this year. And it actually didn't do too bad. I didn't see it, but I wanted to bring it up for the fact that, like, I'm glad more YouTubers are getting the ability to make art and like put the money where their mouth is. I hear it wasn't like amazing, but for like the first thing that somebody puts out, I'm glad that it's being made. I'm glad that they're getting the opportunity to not only make a movie that they wanted to make, but get it distributed enough that like people will see it. But yeah, it was like when I saw the big poster for it in our AMC, I was like, what the hell? I only know this from YouTube. That's crazy. So good for him.
All right. I'm taking your word for it.
So Keon wanted to talk about this movie. Now, the next one. Did you see Frankenstein?
I didn't, and I'm mad at myself that I still haven't. It's another case of I just haven't had the time.
Guillermo del Toro continues to be great. And I man, Oscar Isaac is so good. Like, it's just genuinely a really great time and really well like presented in the way that only Guillermo del Toro can do. The sets are immaculate and the acting is so fun and like over the top, and the situation is so surreal and fun that like I definitely recommend, if you want to see it, go see it, but it's gory. If you don't like blood, you don't like sinew, it's Frankenstein. It's about building a human being. So definitely a fun movie. But also you need to come at it through the lens of the original Frankenstein. You can't think of it as the Frankenstein from like the 40s or whenever, or the 30s, which is just a big scary monster. It's based on the actual book, so it is with like the intent of this creature being sympathetic, which I mean we know from Guillermo del Toro. So yep, that for me is at least going into A. There were moments where I thought that the movie could have been like a little bit faster, but overall, definitely worth watching. Do you know anything about Bugonia?
I know everything about Bugonia except I haven't watched it. It was such a banger.
Yes.
It's so I feel like I've lived it.
I love that movie so much. And when I was watching it, it's just really funny to me how much do you know who Stavros Halkias is?
Wait, Stavi Baby?
Yes.
We're talking about Stavi Baby.
He's in Bugonia. And he got to go to the Venice Film Festival because he's in the movie. And it's so funny because there are these pictures that like literally I was like, this is fake, right? Where I didn't even know anything about the movie except for there's a picture of him, Jesse Plemons, and Emma Stone like on the red carpet. And you're like, what is Stavi doing here? What's going on? So
my little boy's all grown up.
He's all grown up. And I mean, like, of course, he's been
Except I didn't remember his last name for some reason.
And so this is a Yorgos Lanthimos movie. And apparently, like, when he got reached out to do it, he's like, oh, it's a joke. That's literally not real. And then they reached out and there's like, no, this is Yorgos Lanthimos. And it's another Greek guy. And he's like, oh, well, that's cool. I guess we'll meet with him. I know I won't get it. And then he goes and meets with them and they're just like, so this is the idea for the movie. This is your character. And he's like, oh, well, you could get another guy to do that. But like, I'll audition for it. And then he goes and does it. And then like he has described it as like being a dinner for schmucks situation where he's like, something's got to give. This has to be a joke. There's no reason why I should be here. And like he mentioned that he's just like, I was sitting there in the middle of a scene and they're filming, like they're shooting the movie on like film with the film camera. And I'm just like, this isn't real. There's no way I'm going to act against Jesse Plemons for this movie. And it is so fun to watch him in it because he is playing, it makes sense. They're just like, no, this you fit for this role, and he does. And so not only that, but there is an amount of intrigue in this movie that I was just like, man, I could be on my phone right now, but I really want to know what's going on. Like there's just
shouldn't be on your phone right now, young man. You're watching a movie.
But like
you're driving a car.
Exactly. But as I was watching the movie, I'm just like, there is just such a, I want to read every single emotion on everybody's face to see what's going on because there's something they're not telling me, and it's really great for that reason.
All right, so, where are you putting it?
I kind of want to give it an S tier.
All right,
I really enjoyed it.
You trusted me. I'm trusting you.
Oh, if I could just I really should have bought a mouse and put it on this because this is so bad. So yes, S tier, loved it. Yorgos Lanthimos, great. So we are rounding the edges. The next one is Die, My Love. Do you know anything about this movie? This is a movie that is Robert Pattinson and
Robert Pattinson and Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
It's like insane. Just like two people slowly losing their minds around each other.
I'm so mad I didn't see it. Yeah, exactly. And I think for
the record,
yeah,
you know who you are. But also, like losing your mind in the best way, not the worst way, like in this movie.
Sure. And the thing that I love so much about it is all of the press junkets. Because he is such a crazy person. And the way they described it is that Jennifer Lawrence is like, yeah, he's like my daughter. He's like, he's like the entire time I was just telling him how to style his hair, and he has to be here on time, and getting him water, and it's just it's really funny how much like
petting him.
Straight up like that. The entire thing was really just like her being like, we are now friends in the stupidest way, and it was more of like I saw more and more of Jennifer Lawrence in the media that I missed. Of like the two moments that I really loved were one, there is an interview with Robert Pattinson where he's doing a lie detector, but he is hyper aware that he's like, these aren't real. This doesn't work. So if I just keep calm, it will say that everything that I say is true. And so she says like, would you do another Twilight movie? And he's like, yes, I love stealing roles from young actors. I don't think they deserve it. And she's just like, are you are you being real right now? And she's like, yes, and I'm a vampire, and just starts saying stuff, and she's like, do you believe that's true? And he's just like, look, it says it's true. And it's like, no, she's like, no, I know that you think it's true is what I'm saying. And it's so funny watching them just mess around.
Was it who was she with where there's like
synesthesia thing? Yes.
So funny.
So we'll get to it, but Cynthia Erivo is like, well, as a singer, actually, like from a young age, I've had synesthesia. So if somebody says something, or like if I hear a music, it's a color for me. And then she's like, what is this?
Jennifer Lawrence, just apropos of nothing, just unhinged.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because even like Cynthia Erivo's like acting, like working with it. So she's like, oh, that was green. And then everybody just starts making noises.
Like, you should not have invited that.
But it's so awesome. So that's why I would put it in A just for the press junket, but I'm going to put it in Keon wanted to talk about it.
All right.
The next one is Jay Kelly. This is by Noah Baumbach. And it also has Adam Sandler in it, playing against, I think it was Adam Sandler, playing against George Clooney. And I'm annoyed.
Oh, yeah, I know what this movie is.
I'm annoyed I didn't see it, but I was curious if you had anything to say about it.
I didn't want to see it. It just didn't entice me.
I like Noah Baumbach's movies. So that was the thing that like a friend recommended it to me. I hadn't seen it yet, but I was curious if you had anything to say about it. So I'm going to put it in Keon. Kind of wanted to talk about it because I just like Noah Baumbach.
You have a didn't see category and it's just sitting there derelict. Move it there.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so the next one is Wicked for Good. Did you see
I did not seen it.
You've not seen it.
I've heard it's for bad.
It's fine. The first one was really good for like setting up the world and all that stuff. I had not seen Wicked. I don't know what Wicked's about as much as it is just like about the Wizard of Oz. And so the person I went to go see it with, we were sitting there.
Oh, I know the story.
I'm the kind of person that during a movie I don't want to talk. I just want to like lock in.
You're also the type of person that when you're like, I'm going to go see this movie, 1 year before this movie, don't spoil it even before I've decided I want to see it.
Yes. And Wicked's been out forever. Cameron and I, like in high school, had talked about Wicked because that's around when it came out.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, this is so cool. And it also was a book before that. So it's like this entire lineage. And so I am someone that like pride myself on knowing a bunch of minutia about movies, but I don't know the plot about the movie. So I knew a bunch of like behind the scenes stuff. I didn't know the movie. So the person I went to go see with knew I knew a bunch of behind the scenes stuff, but thought I knew the story because it's been out forever. And so I'm sitting there and a scene is happening and they just turn over and they're like, you know, that's this person, right? Like from the Wizard of Oz. And I'm like,
and for me, slow, angry turn.
And for me, there is a special type of insult of like, there's spoilers that you get where you don't even know about the thing where like somebody spoils Harry Potter for you and you've never even remotely read it. And then there is someone that spoils something for you and you're in the middle of like consuming like a show and then they spoil it for you. And it's just like, well, that sucks, but I know we were talking about it, so I get it. And then there is, you are 10 seconds away from the reveal and they spoil
I'm about to shoot you, bang.
Exactly, yeah. So I just wanted to mention it for like how funny that moment was. It was one of the funniest moments in all of this year. But additionally, that like the movie, I think the two movies together is fine. But everybody that I know that has seen Wicked was like, it should have just been one 3-hour movie. The play's 3 hours. Why did we do all this? So it was fine. Cynthia Erivo is, of course, very good, and Ariana Grande is both very good. But it was actually really funny to me how much, like, there is a phenomenon in all of these movies where the musical is beloved. Everybody loves it. But then they always have to have one original song so it can be nominated for the Oscar. And when it happens, it is obnoxious. The sequence is really cool. It makes for a cool music video. Does not fit in the movie. So there are elements of this that I could definitely tell they're like, we want the money. We want the Oscars. So here it is. And it was fine for that. But I'd give it like a B, you know?
All right. Put it in B.
Time for a B. Zootopia 2. Yeah, I found out it was in theaters last week and apparently had already been in theaters for like a month. So I hear it's good. I hear it's better than the last one. It's got Ki Kwan in it. He plays the snake. They got Short Round to play the snake.
Yeah, no, I'm...
I kind of like the Zootopia like field of movies. I think that it's a cool world where you can do some stuff in and it all is like visually appealing. The only thing I want to mention about Zootopia is that one comic
Oh,
Now, I'm not talking about the one comic. I'm talking about where somebody made it about Arby's. Because there's a comic about the couple, the bunny and the fox, talking about having a baby, and it's very tense. And then someone rewrote all of it to be about going to Arby's. And it's very funny. It's so funny. So that's the only reason I wanted to bring up W2. It's so worth it. It's so funny to read. So you don't need to read the original comic. Yes.
Keon wanted to talk about it here.
Keon wanted to talk about it here. So now, time to go to what we'd already just talked about. So we have an episode about Avatar 2. I don't know if it's going to come out before or after this. But what's a quick thing you want to say to put in the tier list, my friend?
A for Avatar, probably.
That's fair. I think that. Mm-hmm. Definitely could have been worse.
It managed to keep my attention for the whole 3 hours. And that's a feat.
There we go. Okay, and the very last one. I don't think this should be the one we go out on because, frankly, I don't even know. But the movie No Other Choice.
I can't read this tiny font.
No, I know. I was about to say it. So No Other Choice is a movie that has, you know, in Squid Game, the guy that plays like the bad guy, like he's like the front man. He's the main actor in this. And apparently it's very similar to like the vibe of Parasite, but it's by the director of Old Boy, like the Korean director. And I am so mad it has not gotten a release where we are, because I want to see it so bad. Apparently it's very good. And the one thing that they've done is they said, this is a very culturally important movie and it's about class struggle. So if any executives or CEOs or 1% want to see it, we'll give you a free ticket. And they did that as like a really stupid publicity stunt to be like, y'all should see it. And I'm like, why them?
Yeah, that's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to pay $1 million.
Well, I think they straight up said like, we'll fly you out. And I'm like, come on, guys. But outside of that, I hear it's really, really good. So I'm excited to see it.
All right.
So can't wait to talk about it. So we kind of buried the lead because I wanted to talk about Marty Supreme at the very, very end, but we got it out of the way at the beginning. So this is our tier list for movies. It is stacked. The main thing that I wanted to do, and the reason why I want to do a tier list, is because these S tier and A tier movies, there's far more than I thought there would be this year. I didn't think this year would remotely be that good for movies, but genuinely so many movies really, really surprised me to the point where I'm like, I guess I'm going to rewatch a bunch of 2025 movies.
Yeah, Sinners was bonkers. I can't and that came out so early in the year.
So good. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we are going to see you in the next one where we talk about anime and the video games and shows. Bye-bye.
Bye.